Hello there. Today we, the students of VGTI, Saurabh Patil and Sagar Patkari will give you a presentation of Volkswagen, which is one of the leading vehicle manufacturing company. Under the guidance of Tushar Sate sir, we will give you a presentation on Volkswagen. In this slide, you can see that this is the current logo of Volkswagen Group. Further, you can see this is the evolution of Volkswagen logo from 1937 to 2000. There are no logos from 2000 as you can because there was no evolution or the logo hasn't been changed from 2000 and from 1937 to 1945 there is a period of Second World War. The logo of Volkswagen was changed twice. In this slide we can see that the Volkswagen Golf model was evolved from 19 has been evolved from 1974 to 2020. Now we will take an overview. The Volkswagen, known internationally as Volkswagen Group, is a German multinational automotive manufacturing corporation headquartered in Wolfsburg, Germany. Since the late 2000, it's a publicly traded family business, majorly owned by Porsche, which is in turn half owned but fully owned by the Australian German Porsche and Pierce family, also known as Porsche family. Volkswagen Group designs, manufactures, distributes passenger and commercial vehicles, motorcycles, engines, and turbo machinery, and offers related services including financing, leasing, and fleet management. The brands which are owned by the Volkswagen groups are Audi, Bentley, Bugatti, Lamborghini, Porsche, Seat, Skoda, MAN. These are the logos which I spoke earlier about the brands which are owned by the Volkswagen Group. As you can see, there is the logo of Audi, Seat, Skoda, Bentley, Bugatti, Lamborghini, Porsche, Ducati, Scania, and MAN. Commercial vehicles are also used. Commercial vehicles are most sold by the Volkswagen Group. Now let's see about the history of the Volkswagen. From 1937 to 1945, on May 28, 1937, the Volkswagen was founded by the German Labor Front, and in 1938 it was renamed as Volkswagen. In the early 1938, it witnessed the commencement of the construction of Volkswagen Plus, which housed the projection of vehicle designed by the Ferdinand Porsche. From 1949, from 1945 to 1949, after the end of the Second World War, the responsibility of Volkswagen was placed in the hand of British military under the management of Major Ian Hirst. Mass production of Volkswagen Beetle had commenced from 1949 to 1960. In 1950, the Type 2 went into production, expanding the company's production range. Even today, the Volkswagen bus is properly known as Volkswagen Bulli. In 1956, a separate manufacturing base for the transporter was established in Hanover, while establishing the roots for today's Volkswagen commercial brand. From 1960 to 1980. In 1972, Volkswagen broke the world record for the greatest number of cars produced by assembling 15 million units of Beetle. Volkswagen surpassed the legendary mark achieved by the Ford Motors Model T, popularly known as the Tin Lizzie In 1973, the Passat was the first model of the new generation of Volkswagen vehicle to go into production. Following the Passat, the first Golf was built in Wolfsburg plant. The compact saloon quickly became a hit and became the legitimate heir of the legendary Beetle. And the same year, we also witnessed the launch of the sporty Scirocco. In 1976, the first GTI rolled off the production line. From 1980 to 1990, in June 1983, the production of the second generation Golf began. As you can see from the previous slide, we saw the evolution of Golf. That is the car we are talking about here. The car was designed for a largely automated assembly process. Designated Hall, designated Hall 15, designated Hall 54 robots were deployed for the first time in the vehicle manufacturer. 1990 to 2000, the Lupo 3L TDI was the first production car to offer fuel consumption of just 3 liters per 100 kilometers. That was very good. From 2000 to 2003, in August 2002, the Volkswagen Slovakia began the mass production of the Touareg model, a luxury class off-roading vehicle. This marked Volkswagen position in an entirely new market segment. In 2003, the production of the fifth generation Golf started embodying a new dynamism and in its design and engineering. Now we will see the goal of a Volkswagen Volkswagen Group, which is e-mobility. E-mobility. The Volkswagen Group is investing heavily in the mobility of in the mobility of the future. The plan is to pump just under the plan is to pump under just 73 billion euros into electric mobility, digitalization, and hybridization. 35 billion of which is embarked for electric mobility. Additionally, the joint ventures in China will receive 15 billion euros over the coming years. Volkswagen plan is to bring attractive electric models onto the road at an affordable price and help electric cars became to make a global breakthrough. In the premium sector, the Porsche Taycan and Audi e-tron GT has made their mark. Additionally, premium car based on the premium platform PPE are set to be launched as of 2022 and will offer even greater range and shorter charging times. This will be a nice evolution for Volkswagen Group. These activities are important milestones on the journey towards decarbonization. The Volkswagen Group is aiming to be the net zero climate neutral corporation by 2050 at the latest. Now we will see how Volkswagen Group are progressing in e-mobility. This is how the Volkswagen Group components contribute to the new ID.3, which is an electric car. Apart from the usual components, there are running gears in future e-mobility. There will be hardware and software, battery housing, and battery system installed in the new ID.3 car. And this is new ID.4 car, which they are manufacturing. These have the same features as the ID.3 car, same components. I mean, but ID.4 has new power consumption and nice power consumption than the ID.3 4 car, and efficient and its efficiency class is A+. These are the pictures of ID.4 car and ID.3 car in the background. Now we will talk about the supply chain. By the time a raw material has been transformed into a component installed in Volkswagen, it will have been passed through 15,000 stations in course of its production, treatment, finishing, and transportation. The objective of the Volkswagen is to reduce the CO2 emission over the vehicle life cycle, and the material used include flax, hemp, cellulose, cotton, and kenaf. Kenaf is a tropical plant belonging to the mallow family. Its cane-like stem grows to a height of 4 meters, and its fine fibers that are extracted from them go to produce the door trim of the current goal, for example. The other applications of renewable plants include armrest, floor insulation, trunk lining, door and side panel trim, and hood insulation. Another form of sustainable materials that are what we are known as secondary raw materials. These are the recyclates that are made from production residues or waste materials. Recycled plastic in spare wheel compartment covers, floor covering, and arc insects. For instance, approximately one-third of the gross weight of many Volkswagen brand vehicles is already accounted by recycled metal and oil-based materials. Now we will see the logistics at the Volkswagen Group. Per day, more than 20 million automotive components and 14,000 vehicles are transported worldwide, and 1,500 railroad cars and 18,000 trucks are used throughout the Europe. Per year, 2.7 million vehicles and 250,000 containers are shipped worldwide, and more than 80 million volume of automotive components are delivered throughout the Europe. Now we will see the RFID plans of Volkswagen Group. RFID is radio frequency identification, which is a chip which has been used, which are used in each compartment, each department, and we can see the flow of the chip flow of the chip flow in the Volkswagen Group, from part to container to use in production, and into inbound to storage, outbound, and transport, which are then taken in the full, which are the supplier for the Volkswagen Group, and then they're put into the full container, and then in the Volkswagen they are receiving the quantity or the raw materials, and further the process has been followed, and again the empty and at the end of the process, the empty container goes back to the supplier, and the cycle runs through again. This is the Volkswagen Industrial Cloud. They in the digital production platform, there are IT security analysis, industrial internet of things, IoT, double IoT. This is the new model of Volkswagen Group. Further, Sagar will take over.
Now we'll observe the worldwide vehicle production of Volkswagen from 2006 to 2020. So, the group produced around 8.9 million vehicles in 2020, while the deliveries exceeded 9.3 million units. It is also listed on Frankfurt Stock Exchange. Volkswagen Group sells cars, trucks, motorcycles under several different brands, which include Porsche, Audi, Ducati, Volkswagen Commercial Vehicles, Scania, MAN. Volkswagen platform sharing strategy has been the mainspring of the group's success. It also uses the same platform to manufacture different models and brands. Volkswagen passenger car is the automaker's leading brand. It has also shifted its parts of its production to China, and it is the largest market for passenger vehicles globally. So, in 2015, it was confirmed that around 8.5 million vehicles sold by Volkswagen were fitted with rich engines. As a result of Volkswagen diesel scandal, the company has been accused of nefarious and disingenuous behavior. Next. Number of motor vehicles produced by Volkswagen worldwide from 2007 to 2020. So the production is in million units. As we can see, there is an exponential rise in the number of motor vehicles produced. There is a drop in 2009 and in 2015. The drop in 2015 is due to the diesel scandal. Also, there is a severe drop of around 2,000 vehicles in 2020. Next. Volkswagen sales revenue from fiscal year 2006 to 2020. The sales revenue is in billion euros. There is a gradual increase throughout in the sales. Next. Sales volume of Volkswagen cars across India in 2020 by model. So as we can see, the Polo model of Volkswagen Group is the largest sold unit with around 11,000 units. It is followed by Vento, then TROC, then Tiguan, Amio, and Passat. Passat is a sedan. Next. Now we'll observe the revenue in billion euros of several different Volkswagen brands. So the blue color indicates the Volkswagen passenger car, the dark blue indicates Audi, the gray indicates Porsche, then the red Skoda, green Scania, and so on. So the majority chunk is by the Volkswagen passenger car, followed by Audi and Porsche. Next. The revenue is in billion euros. Now we'll observe the number of Volkswagen employees worldwide from 2008 to 2020. So the employees gradually increased in thousands from 2008 to 2020. Next. So this is an ideal Volkswagen model of an plant wherein we can see several different aspects of a proper ideal plant, which includes the virtual retail space, the full functional dealer, back office, drop-off points, service parts, sales and accessories, exhibition or delivery areas, and a proper logistics unit is maintained. Next. Now we'll discuss the one digital platform, which is the backbone of Volkswagen new digital ecosystem. So basically, it works on a cloud interface wherein the device platform and service platform are interconnected within the vehicle and the customer. Next. The Volkswagen Automotive Cloud is a digital ecosystem with technology partners wherein the device platform has connectivity of all vehicles and the service platform gets the customer access via Volkswagen V app. The cloud is monitored by Microsoft. Next. This is a futuristic view of the Volkswagen Automotive Cloud, wherein the command and check is connected to park and charge, then the onboard media streaming, personal assistance, then the smart home connect, and the in-car office system. Next. Beyond the car, Volkswagen Group has been through a digital transformation since the 80s by moving people, then till 90s moving people upwards, and now in 2025 they'll be moving people forward with a new electric drive system. Next. Digitalization in the Volkswagen Group. As we can see in the picture, there is a digital push in the manufacturing by cloud-based factory apps, which is interlinked with the AI tools and collaborative robots. In 2030, the automobile will have changed fundamentally. That is, the focus will be on the electric drive. With the new automobility for generations to come, which is the slogan, it has a group strategy, and the group is future-proofing itself and will have already invested around 27 billion euros in the digitalization of products. Volkswagen is playing a key role in this digitalization of all industries. Next. Volkswagen Group has developed a software in 5 central areas. These areas include connected car and device platform, intelligent body and cockpit, automated driving, vehicle motion and energy, digital business, and mobility services. Each of these areas is backed by a different Volkswagen Group, which include Audi, Porsche, and the Volkswagen passenger cars. Next. Throughout the development of the company, since its beginning, there are several controversies which arose. In the mid-2015, Volkswagen briefly held the distinction of being the world's largest car manufacturer by volume when it surpassed Toyota Motor Corporation. Volkswagen faced a public relations crisis when the US EPA determined that the manufacturer's diesel-powered cars contain a software which altered the vehicle's performance in order to pass the emission test. Later, Volkswagen admitted that they installed the defeat device and dared to recall more than 10 million automobiles worldwide. The car maker was fined with 4 billion euros, and several Volkswagen officials later were found guilty of various crimes. Next. Despite this scandal, Volkswagen's production increased throughout. There are two more big controversies of Volkswagen Group, that is the Canadian emission charges and a racist commercial. On 9th December 2019, Environment and Climate Change Canada charged Volkswagen with importing nearly 128,000 cars into Canada, which did not meet its emission standards. Later, they reached a plea deal with the agency involving 60 charge stemming from devices installed to defeat emission testings. In 2020, Volkswagen released a commercial which contained references to colonialism and appeared to show a racial slur, wherein the letters were described in wrong order. When initially faced with criticism, companies stated that the origin of the people depicted is irrelevant. When they faced an additional backlash from their response, they stated, "We distanced ourselves from this," and they apologized. Next. Now we'll discuss the production plants of Volkswagen Group throughout the world. Volkswagen Group delivered around 9.3 million vehicles to customers worldwide in 2020. There was also a record sale of 11 million units in 2019. The group operates with around 117 production plants in 20 European countries and in further 10 countries within America, Asia, and Africa. Total 662,000 employees operate and produce vehicles and work in vehicle-related services or other fields of business. Volkswagen sells its vehicles in around 153 countries, which is a huge number. The company has committed itself to become a carbon neutral company by 2050 by acquiring the electric drive system. Next. This is a world map which illustrates the countries marked in blue color, wherein the production plant of Volkswagen Group is situated. Next. This is a main, or we can say a major production plant of Volkswagen Group in Wolfsburg, Germany. Now Saurabh will take over.
Now we will see the CSR activity at the Volkswagen India. Green clubs in Jilla Parishad Primary School. Volkswagen India introduced green clubs in 2 local villages primary schools to promote awareness and experimental learning on environmental issues. Shashwat Eco Solution Foundation, the NGO partner for this project, conducted session on a variety of environmental topics, including conservation of water and energy, waste management, air pollution, etc. at the schools in Padgevasti and Kuranvasti in Nigoje village. Children were taught the importance of reuse and recycling. Infusing fun into the learning is an activity called Best from the Waste, where students got to make an everyday use and decoration from the waste materials like discarded CDs and paper and cloth. Children were also encouraged to express their thoughts on environmental topics through drawing. On March 26, 2019, students displayed the decorative items of daily use that they had to made out of the discarded materials and drawing on environmental theme. Volkswagen India strengthens its commitment to enable girls to pursue engineering degrees. Volkswagen India signed an MOU with Leela Poonawalla Foundation in May 2019 to support scholarships for girls pursuing engineering degrees in colleges in Pune and Pimpri-Chinchwad. Volkswagen association with Leela Poonawalla Foundation dates to 2015, when the company first started supporting the institution to their initiative of enabling academically bright and financially deserving girls pursuing engineering degree. The company has sponsored the education of 40 girls in the last 3 years. 10 in 2015, 10 in 2016, and 20 in 2017. With this new MOU, the number of girls receiving the financial support is 80. 20 of these girls will graduate in August 2019. Leela Poonawalla Foundation has been providing scholarship to academically bright and financially deserving girls since its inception. This scholarship is not just about providing financial support. The foundation adopts a holistic approach wherein the girls are groomed, their confidence enhanced, and they are trained on employment skills, so they are ready for the professional careers of their choice. These are some photos from the events and from the CSR activities. Now we will see the products of the Volkswagen India. There is Volkswagen Vento, Polo GT, T-Roc, Polo Red and White Edition, Vento Red and White Edition, and Tiguan All Space. There are their prices: the base model, top model, and single model. This is an interior of a Volkswagen car. Now we'll see the awards and achievements of the Volkswagen. Volkswagen has produced four winners of 50-year-old European Car of the Year award in 1992, 2010, and 2013, 2015. Volkswagen has received the European Car of the Year award. In 1985, 1999, 2004, 2012, and 2015, the Volkswagen has produced the 5 winners of the United States Motor Trend Car of the Year award. Volkswagen has already produced 5 winners of the recently developed World Car of the Year award in 2009, 2010, 2012, 2013, and 2021. Recently, the Volkswagen has received the World Car of the Year award. These are some best Volkswagen cars in India 2018 and 19. With this, we conclude our presentation. Hope you like it.